But instead of saluting him, he looked at them and said, "Salute the Marines," and kept walking.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Like you,
let's go ahead and look at another fine example of our great, glorious Commander-in-Chief. So for the audio listeners, we're seeing images of literal instructions telling him, like, step by step what he's supposed to be doing, and it's...
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him... excuse me.
Oh, inspirational words, but inspirational words.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Wow. That's hilarious.
I think it's approval rating. Last I saw, I want to say it's either like in the 30s or maybe high 20s, but he was recently caught in a video, somebody asking him if he plans on running for president again, and he was saying like his approval ratings in like the 90% or whatever. I'm like,
92%. No, and that was he's manipulating facts. There is a fact out there of saying that if he ran, 92% would vote for him, but it was under a stipulation that he was running against Trump.
Right.
92% said that they would vote for him if he was running against Trump. Not if he went for a second term.
Honestly, even when you look at that, like even if he ran against Trump, I mean, people would still choose this guy over Trump.
I don't really believe that. Like,
neither do I, but
as much as they say, you know, all these people are against Trump and everything like that. Now, I know I only live in one little state, but I figure there'd be some people talking up Biden. But there's not one person here that I know, and I know quite a few people, and I talk to quite a few people.
See a lot,
that like Biden.
More Trump flags and Trump stickers than you do Biden stickers.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Hell, I know some people that were all for Biden, and after he got elected, they were like, this guy's an idiot. Yeah.
Real quick. Doing a great job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Head off, man. If there's ever a war where nuclear weapons are involved, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Definitely. The only thing that'll live are cockroaches and the pieces of shit that try to run countries that are bunkered under the earth.
Mm-hmm. So we got this article from the American Reveille, which if you're not following them, you need to go follow them. And we got an article from Kinsley Kurtz. Promise, there's no relation there. But every recent conservative... It's a conspiracy. But every recent conservative Supreme Court win summarized. All right, so the last few weeks have been tumultuous, turbulent, and downright exciting for conservatives in this country. As we learn about the radical rulings of our nation's Supreme Court, public opinion has become largely divided over issues involving gun control, state and local law enforcement, and abortion. Regardless of which side of the fence you fall on, it's nearly impossible to argue that we are at a point in history that will go down in infamy as being the most highly charged, significant evaluations of current policy and law that we've ever seen. A lot of people, like, just severely upset about this. Real quick, I got a video of my favorite progressive, I don't know what you want to call them, political commentators, the Young Turks, but she went off about this. Let's go ahead and watch this.
We're moving backwards. This country is devolving. Women's ability to make decisions about their own bodies have been stripped away from them. And for all of the right-wingers that are telling you, it's okay, everyone calm down. It's up to the states now. It's up to the states to decide. Well, these anti-reproductive rights zealots are currently working on what their next agenda item is, which is ensuring that the federal government codify the ban of reproductive rights, the banning of women being able to make decisions about their own bodies, and considering the unbelievable corruption and incompetence of the mainstream Democratic Party, there's really no fierce opposition preventing the right wing from doing what they've clearly stated they intend to do.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Just the way that they like always frame it, like a woman's right to choose what she does with her body. It's not your body. It's literally another body inside of you. Mm-hmm. And then she goes on to say like reproductive health care or whatever she said. I don't remember. But like they're only focused on one thing. It's not the reproductive health that they're worried about. It's about the abortion. That's why I hate the way that they use the term pro-choice.
What that's all about is the life inside of you, lady, that you're trying to oust. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? At 6 months, 8 months, even apparently now they're talking about doing it after it's born. Like, are you fucking serious? Who would think this is okay?
Gosnell. Go look up Gosnell and see what he was doing and see how, like, that story right there is just absolutely sickening to me. Like, if you actually go and look at like what some of these people have been doing when it comes to like late term abortions and like and she's not wrong when she says that like the right wing definitely wants to codify the law to where like all abortion is illegal. She's not wrong. I've said it before. That's the way that I view it. I don't want any abortions happening. Life begins at conception. Certificates that you had to like have just to be able to do that. And I mean, like when you look at like, and like this goes for like all states, like New Jersey. I know something about them. Like if you're gonna carry, like just in your car, you have to have your gun locked away in the trunk, and then your magazine and ammunition up in the glove box. Like you can't have them close together. And
yeah, that's never made sense to me in any situation. How they say you're supposed to separate the ammo from the gun. The whole point of the gun is for protection. If I have to if I have to try and ask the criminal or the person that's ready to shoot me to wait while I go get my bullet so it's a fair fight, how many of you think they're actually going to wait for you to get your clip, put it in your gun, and go at it?
Yeah, the whole separation of ammunition and the firearm is...
You might as well just take the guns away if you're going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, because it's about the same damn difference. They're trying.
That's honestly
I know.
What they want to do. That's like for years they have always said nobody's trying to take your guns away, but now a big thing is like they just want to ban all guns. Like it's like,
that's something else. I'm only going to touch on this for just a little bit because I know we got to move on. But that's something else that scares me. When you watch zombies movies with your parents when you were younger, you know, you were thinking, dude, that would be crazy. That'll never happen, but that would be crazy if it happened. Mm-hmm. But now with all this genetic manipulation, the DNA researches that they do, the, manufactured viruses that they have floating around in and out of laboratories, it scares me, man. Like, what if that really is? And I don't think it would be like a dead coming back to life thing. It would be almost like, you remember the movie Legend? I Am Legend?
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be something more like that. Like it would just make people go absolutely nuts.
But I guess the court dealt a major blow to the Biden administration and its efforts to address climate change with the West Virginia ruling against the Environmental Protection Agency. They reviewed a 1970 provision of the Clean Air Act giving the EPA expansive power to issue rules targeting carbon emissions at power plants. In a stunning 6-3 majority favoring the conservatives, judges reversed the ruling, causing other regulatory agencies such as the FDA, the CDC, and even the IRS to run scrambling to convert some of their most oppressive statutes into law to prevent a collapse of agency infrastructure. According to a legal doctrine known as the Major Questions Doctrine, a regulatory agency must receive permission from Congress in order to issue a rule with major economic and political impacts. If an agency does not have proper grounds on which to levy new rules and restrictions, then they do not have to be followed. Can you imagine what this means going forward for wearing masks, getting vaccinated, paying taxes according to changing tax laws, evaluating new products against Food and Drug Administration standards? As word of this ruling... What?
I will not get a shot. I will not.
No. You can keep your Fauci ouchie. I don't want it.
Yep. I got an immune system. I don't need that shit.
But real quick, I got another video of a reaction over this.
In a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court basically just told the EPA to go fuck itself. This new ruling basically is like telling Congress that it has to be the one to figure out legislation to regulate greenhouse gases, and that the Environmental Protection Agency, which theoretically protects the environment, is no longer involved in that. So the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, in case you misheard me, is no longer allowed to regulate the environment anymore. Environmental law experts that we spoke to don't even think that the Supreme Court should have heard this case. It pertains to an Obama-era EPA rule called the Clean Power Plan, which never actually went into effect. And the plaintiffs in this case were coal companies in Republican states. And it's not like the Clean Power Plan actually harmed them. So thanks, Supreme Court, for getting rid of the federal government's ability to address climate change. You rule.
I like her tattoos.
I don't like anything about her.
I like her tattoos.
These people, seriously, like, they are like literal bootlickers. I mean, they just want the federal government to have all this power and all this control, and it's like, it was just crazy. That just got me thinking of like all the people that were, like I saw like a lot of these videos where like people were like going into like the produce section of stores, and they were literally like coughing and sneezing like intentionally on produce and all this.
Oh wow,
stuff
really?
Like that. Yeah, and then there was a big thing where people were going into like the frozen food section, getting out tubs of ice cream, opening them up, licking them, and putting them back. Guess what happened to those people?
I hope
they recorded themselves, and they got arrested because they recorded themselves doing a crime.
But why?
People are stupid.
I'm just what?
I'm going to go ahead and throw this ad up real quick again, just for people to know. You can find the podcast anywhere that you listen to podcasts. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on Google, we're on CastBox. We got the video on YouTube and also on Rumble. So if there's ever an instance where you go to looking for us on YouTube and we're not there, go over to Rumble. We're over there. Check us out. You can also go to the website, coupleofhoosiers.com. Go there, subscribe with your email, and you can get everything that I post on there sent straight to your email so you can keep up to date with what is going on with the podcast. We got a lot of big things coming in the future, so you're definitely not going to want to miss it. But with the website, you can get the episodes from there. You can get the video, you can get the audio, you can get the blogs. You can get everything that we do straight from the website, so you don't have to use all these other different apps. You guys take it easy. Have a good day. Have a good night.
We'll see you next week.